Welcome to what could be the most thrilling plot in contemporary tennis history, ladies and gentlemen, tennis lovers, sports fans, and everyone watching from across the world. Something very enormous is about to happen. A phenomena in sports that has actually rocked the United States and abroad. From the immaculate courts of Indian Wells to the soaked stadiums of Florida, this is the news that breaks on every sports network, trends on every social media site, and dominates the conversation. As we approach the 2026 Miami Open, Alexandra Eala, the clear audience favorite, is stealing the show as the entire United States is in shock. In order to get a peek of the Filipino sensation who has completely taken the tennis world by storm, thousands upon thousands of fans are waiting, camping out, updating their feeds, and purchasing every ticket that is available. It would be a huge understatement to say that the mood is electric right now. The Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens is preparing for a seismic event in the middle of March 2026. Only a few days remain till the qualifiers. Alex Eala is the only name on everyone's minds as the main draw approaches. We are seeing a degree of excitement that is often only seen in the sport's ultimate titans. The legends who have ruled for many years. However, a 20-year-old from Quezon City, Philippines, has captured the hearts of both the American public and the international tennis community with a style of play that is both brave and technically stunning. The entire nation is in awe of her quick ascent, her unwavering poise, and the indisputable enchantment she brings to the court. You must comprehend the scope of the current situation. Last year, Alex Eala, ranked 140th in the world and largely unknown to the average American sports fan, arrived in Miami as a wild card. After precisely 1 year, she is making a comeback, not as an underdog, but as a seeded player hovering around world number 31, carrying the burden of an entire country on her shoulders, and supported by a hordes of fans who make every match feel like a home game. The American crowd has embraced her. Thousands of admirers who are waiting outside the practice courts, singing her name, wearing her goods, and waving the Philippine flag are evidence of a cross-cultural exchange that goes beyond a sport. She's more than simply a budding star now. She is an indisputable box office attraction. The situation's blatant disregard for expectations is what shocks the American public so much. The foundation of tennis is hierarchy, paying your dues, and a difficult and drawn-out ascent up the rankings. However, Alexandra Eala disagrees with that story. Her front-footed tenacity and baseline-hugging style of play leave opponents panting for air and fans yelling for more. Miami supporters recall what she accomplished here the previous year. They recall her incredible slaying run, the impossible angle her gorgeous left-handed forehand created, and her unwavering perseverance when her body failed her. They recall a teenager defeating Grand Slam winners one by one while staring at the world's greatest athletes and not blinking. Over the past 12 months, that recollection has grown into a fever pitch of anticipation. She demonstrated that it was not an anomaly, which astonished the United States. She demonstrated that the 2025 Miracle Run was only the beginning of an incredible career. Additionally, the fans are waiting because they are fully aware of the stakes. They are aware of the pressure cooker she is entering. They are aware that she must defend 390 ranking points. They are aware that the whole women's circuit has studied her game for a year in an attempt to identify a flaw in the Rafa Nadal Academy graduates' defense. Nevertheless, the overwhelming feeling and indisputable buzz that reverberates through Florida's palm trees is one of complete belief. The audience favorite has returned. The Eala adventure is about to begin again. And the thousands of spectators who have turned the Miami Open into a sea of red, white, yellow, and blue are prepared to see history repeated. This is no longer merely a tennis competition. To fully comprehend the seriousness of what we are seeing in March 2026, we must read the next chapter of a sporting epic. We must remove the layers and take a thorough, in-depth look at the creation of this worldwide symbol in order to completely understand why Alexandra Eala has captured the attention of the entire United States and why thousands of fans are waiting with bated breath for the Miami Open. We must look at the structure of her game, the mental toughness that propels her, and the amazing journey that brought her from a young Filipino kid to the tennis world center court. This is more than just a narrative of skill. It is a tale of unwavering commitment, astute strategy, and the kind of mental toughness that cannot be taught. Let's go back in time to the Miami Open in 2025, just 1 year ago. Everything changed at this point. Alex Eala went from being a bright young prospect to a worldwide sensation thanks to this competition. Nobody could have foreseen the level of destruction she would unleash on the women's draw when she was given the wild card entrance. She was ranked 140 when she came. She was the first Filipino player in the Open era to advance to a WTA 1000 semifinal, the first to defeat a major champion at a tournament, and the first wild card to ever defeat 3 major champions in straight sets at one event. The entire tennis establishment was obliged to rethink the rules on what a teenager is capable of because of the run's statistical improbability. Katie Valinets, an extremely skilled American, was her first opponent. Winning 63-76 was a strong character-building triumph. It was the kind of match that a wild card should be pleased with. A good first-round victory to support the invitation. However, a master lesson in mammoth slaying ensued. She faced Yelena Ostapenko, the 25th seed and former French Open winner, in the second round. Ostapenko is renowned for her fierce, unwavering power. Everyone anticipated that the teenager would be hit off the court by the veteran. Rather, Eala took the match 76-75 after absorbing the tempo, rerouting the power, and frustrating Ostapenko into submission. It was an epiphany. It demonstrated Eala's exceptionally high tennis IQ, her ability to read the game, and her ability to nullify Grand Slam winning weapons. She wasn't finished though. The American powerhouse and previous Grand Slam finalist Madison Keys faced her in the third round. The road was meant to finish here. Perhaps no one on tour smacks the ball as hard as Keys. However, Eala is experimenting with her trademark baseline hugging technique. Took the ball very early. She didn't have time to set up such enormous ground strokes because she hurried Keys. Eala Cruz won 6 feet 4 inches 6-2 thanks to the left-handed angles that dragged Keys off the court. After first applauding their own countrywoman, the Miami crowd started to realize they were seeing something unique. The applause changed. The Yele phenomenon was gaining traction. The match that went viral on the internet followed. The game that garnered international attention. IGSWYCH, the world number 2 and 5-time Grand Slam champion, will face him in the quarterfinals. The story was flawless. Swiatek had been the honored visitor years before. They had exchanged a moment of respect at Ella's Rafael Nadal Academy graduation. They were now competing in front of Hard Rock Stadium's brilliant lights. Even though Swiatek is the pinnacle of women's tennis, Eala had a perfect game that evening. With a daring intensity that left a Polish superstar speechless, she destroyed the Swiatek defensive hit to the court. 1-6-2-7-5. Tennis history will always remember Eala dropping her racket and burying her face with her hands in shock. She had accomplished the unthinkable. But there was a huge physical cost. Eala's physique had reached its breaking point by the time she faced Jessica Pegula in the semifinals. Her thigh was firmly bandaged as she entered the court. She had an ankle roll halfway through the second set. During the press conference, she subsequently said that she was playing like a mummy kept together by athletic tape and pure determination. Nevertheless, she forced the fourth-ranked player in the world into a taxing 3-set battle. In a tie-break, she lost the opening set. Surprisingly overcame Pegula to win the second set 75, breaking him several times before eventually running out of steam in the third set and losing 6-3. She ultimately prevailed even though she was defeated. She gained the admiration of the world's public as well as the steadfast respect of the locker room. She demonstrated her warrior skills. That Miami run had a wild consequence. Her number shot up from 140 to 75 in the globe. A significant leap that made direct entry into Grand Slams and other elite competitions possible. It was an unparalleled level of exposure. Rafael Nadal personally sent her a message of congratulations. The 22-time Grand Slam champion, who had supervised her growth at his academy in Mallorca since she was 12 years old, gave her a huge affirmation. Nadal, who had assisted her in improving her serve, told her he was incredibly pleased of her and encouraged her to keep dreaming. You pay attention to Rafael Nadal's advice to never give up. However, how a champion responds to an unexpected surge of success is not the real litmus test. It's how they deal with the difficult realities of maintaining it. The remainder of the 2025 season was a learning curve roller coaster. Eala had to contend with opponents observing her patterns, targeting her serve, and making her adjust now that she was a marked lady on the tour. She had to deal with a demanding schedule, jet lag, and the pressure of a whole country hoping for a world-renowned athlete to take Manny Pacquiao's place. She did a fantastic job navigating it. In Guadalajara, she won her maiden WTA 125 title, making history as the first Filipino to do so. At the US Open, she created history once more by defeating Clara Tauson to earn her maiden major main draw victory. She established herself as a legitimate force to be reckoned with by the end of 2025, solidifying her position in the top 50. Let's now bring the analysis up to date. Early in 2026, Alexandra Eala's development has proceeded at a startling rate. She's not sitting back and enjoying herself. She has made use of the off-season to gain physical bulk, giving her body the muscle it needs to withstand the brutal rallies of the contemporary women's game. Her service motion, which was once a minor weakness, has been painstakingly improved by her coach Joan Bosch, transforming it into a dependable weapon that controls the point. And the outcomes are self-evident. She displayed this upgraded version of herself in the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships a few weeks ago. She defeated Jasmine Polini, who is now ranked 7th in the world, handily to go to the quarterfinals. She achieved a new career-high rating of world number 31 after the one. For the remainder of the tour, it was a declaration. The Miami Miracle wasn't an isolated incident. It served as the base of an empire. The BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells followed. In the California desert, the first half of the esteemed Sunshine Double made her debut. Eala once again demonstrated why she is the most fascinating tennis story. Her match versus American phenom Coco Gauff was what really summed up the Eala experience, even though she advanced at approximately 16. Two of the sport's brightest young talents faced up in a much-anticipated match. Gauff loved performing in front of her hometown audience. However, Eala played with such surgical accuracy that Gauff was left reeling, completely unaffected by the environment. Sadly, Gauff had to quit due to injury while Eala was leading the match. However, Eala's actions following the game were what really stunned the United States and attracted thousands of new supporters. Eala demonstrated a remarkable degree of empathy in class rather of just praising her advancement. Checking on her wounded opponent right away. Then, on International Women's Day, she took the stage and gave a speech that astounded the stadium. She expressed gratitude to the ladies who helped pave the path, complimenting Coco Gauff in particular as a fantastic competitor and role model and wishing her a quick recovery. It was a 20-year-old's demonstration of maturity, grace, and deep content. It demonstrated that she is much more than just a gorgeous forehand and amazing court coverage. She is a strong-willed lady who uses the platform she has been given to improve both the sport and the lives of others around her. This gets us to the Miami Open in 2026, the ultimate test. There is no way that the stakes could be higher. She made her name in this competition, so coming back here is quite stressful. She is going to a big event with a huge bullseye on her back for the first time in her career. She is defending 390 ranking points after her journey to the semifinals the previous year. Failing to defend those points results in a major decline in the rankings in the brutal mathematics of the WTA circuit. The wildcard safety net is no longer there. She is anticipated to prevail. She is supposed to delve deeply. She will also be a seeded player in Miami due to her new ranking. For her, this significantly alters the tournament's dynamics. In the first round, being seeded probably indicates a purchase. This is an important advantage that saves physical energy, but it also means that she will be up against an opponent who has already performed into form when she takes the court for her first match. An opponent who stands to gain greatly from defeating the greatest draw in the tournament and has little to lose. There is a great deal of pressure. However, if we examine her psychological profile, we find that Alex is particularly well suited to deal with it. In the pandemonium, she flourishes. When she claims that the fans make her feel at home, she is feeding off the enthusiasm of the audience. She is sincere. The Hard Rock Arena will become a stronghold of support thanks to the large Filipino expatriate community in Florida and the American supporters who have embraced her as their own. She is a fighter who won't give up and is a counterpuncher. There is more to the analogies, clears throat, to the legendary boxer Manny Pacquiao than just country. They deal with the heart. They are about having the perseverance to stand in the middle of the ring or the court, make the finest shots possible, and respond with vigor. It will be interesting to analyze her route to the Miami draw from a tactical standpoint. Indian Wells desert conditions are slightly different from Miami's hard court. They can be slower, rewarding hard baseline construction and strong top spin. Eala is able to take full use of this. She developed a clay court attitude, patience to build the point, high rotation on her ground strokes, and defensive fortitude to recover one extra ball during her stay at the Rafa Nadal Academy.